Oh. Okay, so it is 7 o'clock my time, so I think we are going to get started. As usual, if there are any problems with my volume, the volume of the music I'm playing, or any visual problems, please let me know in the chat so that I can fix it. So welcome to the stream. My name is Taryn, and I am a Unity game and simulation developer. I started learning Unity last spring, summer, and I've been doing it pretty much every day since, but I definitely would not consider myself an expert. I'm probably more intermediate level. What I work on in my streams are some hobby projects, and I've switched over to work on a game that it was pretty much my first game that I made publicly playable last December, called No Quirks on Christmas. And what I'd really like to do is fix it up so that I can publish it on Steam for the holiday season. So I opened it up for the first time. Sorry, I'm just checking my messages for a second. I opened it up for the first time on last stream, and the code is terrible, so I am working through the code. That's what I'll be doing today on the stream, going through it, fixing stuff up, doing some refactoring, and I would like to be able to add in some new features so that it feels like more of a full game for Steam, but I do need to sort of get on it, because I really need to publish this probably like in about a month or so, and I don't have a lot of time besides this stream to be working on this game. So hopefully I can get a lot done tonight. That would be my plan. And I haven't opened this project for about a week, so forgive me. At first, I'm probably going to be trying to figure out what the heck is going on. If you've used Unity before, you know that there's a fairly complex interface that you work with. And then there's also Visual Studio. Well, I use Visual Studio to code in, so I'm going to be going back and forth between them. I see a little Santa in the chat. Thank you. I'm going to be going back and forth between them. But if I'm ever talking a whole bunch about code, but all you see is Unity or vice versa, please let me know, because sometimes I forget to go between them. Okay, so let me just pull this up. And I actually have another project open for reference as well, because I just wanted to check a couple things. So again, if I'm not showing what looks to be a Christmas project, please let me know. Okay, so as I said, this was the first game that I ever made publicly available. It's on itch.io right now, and it's fine. I think it plays okay, but the code is a complete mess. The logic for this game comes from the Game Dev TV 3D course. They have a section of the course called Realm Rush, where you learn to do an AI Pathfinder sort of tower defense game. So the base code comes from that course, and then I've built it out from there. But the stuff that I added, I'd only been doing Unity for a couple months at that point, and so I didn't always know, I still don't, but I really didn't always know the cleanest way to do things. So there's definitely going to be quite a lot that I need to, or that I want to fix up. Okay, so just to start off, I'm going to play the game. There's a lot of stuff that's messed up right now. Okay, so we can see the game plays. I have these towers here. And I think what I was working on last week, yeah, it was making sure some of the basic functionality actually works. Okay, so I'm seeing a problem right away, which is that the fire isn't working, and I'm pretty sure it was working on my last stream, so I'm not sure why it's not working now, although I may have disabled it and now I can't remember. So when the tree health here gets down to about 17 or so, these presents in the back here should be lighting on fire. So let's just zoom in. And it's really not going to look pretty when I'm zooming in. Okay, so these are the presents over here in the hierarchy. And starting with present number 1, the green fire should be going. And it's there, but it's not playing. Okay, there. Now it's playing because I made it play. So something is already screwed up there, and this is what I spent the last stream fixing, and now it seems like it is not working again. So let's open up that script. And I will go over, I haven't actually set up my code for the stream, so just hold on one second. Okay, so this is the present. Okay, night flames, and then it's going to ignite. So I'm gonna just start by putting in a debug statement here. It may be because I'm using this play command as opposed to using an emission, referencing the emission module for the particle system. I have a lot of trouble getting particle systems to play. Sometimes they play with just play, sometimes they play with the emission module. It depends. So let's just start there. And my Unity is just compiling for a second. Okay. So I know it's a little bit early for Christmas. It is Thanksgiving weekend. It's Thanksgiving Monday here in Canada. So we're definitely, I feel like I'm in the holiday spirit a little bit already. Maybe not the Christmas spirit, but I got to get on this game if I want to get it published, so. Okay, so there's the green fire. And it's just not playing at all. So, that's right. So I had Play on Awake turned off. Oh, okay, so I'm not sure why that's not playing. Calling, take damage, calling, take damage. Oh, and you know what? I'm not sure if that method ever ran. The method that I was just looking at. I definitely had this working last stream. So ignite flames. I'm going to just move this print statement to the top of this method. And don't you hate when that happens? You spend so much time trying to fix something. Seems fine, and then come back in and it's broken. Or it's possible that I was screwing around with something else and that broke it. That's probably what happens. So originally I had these flames going in a bunch of coroutines. It was very messy. It's what I knew how to do last year. And yeah, it doesn't seem like it is actually calling that method, which is very strange. Okay, so the method is ignite flames, and I think it was calling it from here maybe. So the player health is the Christmas tree, I believe. Okay, so I have Ignite Flames. Where am I actually calling Ignite Flames? Douse Flames, reset timer, is losing health. So I don't know where I'm actually calling Ignite Flames. Interesting. This is really strange because I thought I had this all fixed last time. Okay. So this is, if an enemy hits into the Christmas tree here, then it's going to, the tree is going to take explosion damage. And where is the explosion damage coming from? Okay, it's just here. I think I just baked that in so I could test it essentially, but I'd obviously like to get the damage off of the enemy. That would be good. And I'm not actually sure which script is controlling my enemy. So there's enemy damage. I'm just gonna go over into my prefabs here. And this project is not very well organized either. Okay, there's my boss goblin. So he's got enemy movement, enemy damage, and he has a boss goblin script on him. But I don't feel like I need an extra script just for this enemy. Let's just look and see what. Yeah, I don't need that. Okay, so I'm gonna just go into my boss goblin prefab and take that script off because I would like to centralize this. And my goblin, I'm gonna take his enemy specific script off because I think I can just centralize all of that. Whoops. Oh my goodness. And I think I might have closed down Visual Studio. So hold on a second. Enemy damage. Okay. So, for my player health, which is the tree health, and I really feel like I should maybe rename this tree health because I will eventually rename it, I think, because that's just really confusing. When an enemy, so when something collides with the tree, it checks to see whether or not that thing has the enemy tag. And before I go any further, I'm just going to go back into Unity and double check that that is an okay tag. Yes, so enemy and enemy. Okay, no problem. So you never know, you might have something, a game object with a different tag on it, and it might be that way for a reason. So before I proceed, okay, so I guess we can just get a hold of the can we just do other.gameObject, get components, enemy damage, and we will, whoops, we'll serialize a field for in hit points. So that's the enemy's hit points, i.e. their health, i.e. their HP. But I'll just say damage. That's not how you spell damage. And I'll just say 3 for now. I'll initialize it at 3, and then I can change that. And then I will. Oh, I already have that down here. So I was already. Okay, I'll just keep that damage dealt then, because that's how I had already started writing that method. So Okay, so return damage dealt. It's a public method, so now over in player health, I can just do, yep, that. Get damage dealt. And I won't initialize that. I'm just going to do that. And then, whoops. Like that. And just to be sure, I'll say the damage dealt was explosion damage, and that should be different, assuming I set it that way for each enemy. So that's good. So then it's taking explosion damage. I see it's taking a float here. Let's change that to an int, just because it's coming over as an int. Okay, so calling take damage, blah, blah, blah. We're dealing with whole numbers here, so that should be okay. Okay, and then add health, so that's happening. So the mechanic is that if the presents are on fire, there's a damage over time that's happening, and you can use a water bucket to douse the flames, and then you get a little bit of health added back onto your total health. So that's what this method is about. And I'm not entirely sure why update health is in here. It seems like I probably won't need it. This is a rather long script. I guess it's my player health script, so that's a pretty important one. Okay, so we need to, on player health, I guess is when I'm going to have to call my my method to actually ignite the flames. So, oh, I already have a trigger flames. Okay, great. So where did my update method go? It's just not here anymore. Interesting. Okay, so if float health, what is this float health? That's not what the health is starting at. Health recovered, health text. The player health is being initialized at 10, but I guess it's a serialized field, so it must be getting initialized actually at 25, I think is what I have it set at. Okay, so if if health is less than or equal to trigger flames, then we're going to get a hold of the presents. So let's get a reference to that up here. Just trying to see. This is my max health. Why do I have a health and then a max health? This might be current health that I'm referring to here. I'll see in a minute here. So I'm just going to get a reference to my presence script here. Whoops. Okay, and then trigger flames. Oh, it doesn't look like that is a public method. Oh, I see. Okay, update. If counting down. If the time remaining is this, when does counting down get triggered though? Yeah, I'm gonna have to trigger it for the first time from this script, I think. Although I really feel like I had this working somehow last time from the presence script entirely and not the player health script, but I'm not really sure how that would be possible. because I don't really want to be doing something like checking for the player health on update like over and over and over again. I think it makes more sense to go from the player health script. Public void. Oh, it's an ignite flames. Okay. There we go. Rather than do that, I'm actually just going to turn that bool on. So it looks like if it's counting down, because I don't want to keep calling that method over and over and over again. If counting down, if losing health, then take damage. Okay, why don't we just make this a public bool maybe? Whoops. True. If the time remaining is greater than 0, so the time remaining starts at 5F. Yeah, okay. I might have to bump up the threshold for having the flames triggered, because if it looks like what's going to happen now is that the burn damage is going to be triggered, but there's a bit of a delay before the damage starts actually happening. I'm going to just crank this up to 20F. Okay, and then this boss goblin script, I'm getting an error here that one of the scripts that I just sort of deactivated is trying to pass in a float when it should be an int with the new way that I'm doing it. So it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to use that script anymore. But I'm just going to change it, just, I don't know, so that it works and I stop getting error messages. Okay, that took care of the error messages. I guess I don't actually want to, I always think like, oh, I've got to play it and win, but I actually don't want to win. I want the game to play and have the fires come on. So that should have been it, I think, because that is enough damage. So something is not happening here. You know what? I just feel like this is something where, because I had this working and now I feel like I'm muddying it more. And I sort of want to go on and work on other stuff on here. So, oh, I just closed down Visual Studio again. Oh my goodness. What I really want to do is start programming like an upgrade screen or room or something so that there are more goals to work towards. And I'm also thinking of expanding the play space here to include potentially multiple rooms. I don't know. I was sort of thinking about like pulling out this carpet here to go under the desk. I don't know if you can see my cursor or not, but right now the game has 5 levels and you can only put towers on the little mats here. So each level, the little mats are in different spots. So there is some strategy involved, but I would like there to be more strategy. I'm thinking maybe, like I said, of doing multiple rooms or something like that. So making the game space bigger so that there's more things that you have to manage, or making there be like multiple paths and multiple rooms or something like that, so you have to like be swapping between them really fast. So I think what I'm gonna do is, and I probably shouldn't be doing this because I know that my my stuff here isn't prefab very well, because like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing last year that much. So but I'm just gonna why do I only have, okay, there are my levels. I'm gonna duplicate my scene, and I'm just gonna call this test for now. When you duplicate a scene like that, always make sure that you double click so that you're actually on the scene. And you can always see the name of the scene that you're on up here at the top of the hierarchy, because sometimes you start making changes and you don't realize that you're on the old scene because the 2 scenes look the same, right? I'm sure that's happened to others before. I'm actually just interested to see what other types of assets I have that I can use from this asset pack. So this makes me nervous to start moving stuff around, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm going to turn off the UI canvas for now because it's bothering me. You can see all this mess that I have out here. And I have to actually remember what assets I bought for this. Asset packs. I think I had like a bedroom or something. Procedural fire. No, that's not it. Poly perfect. Low poly. That makes sense. Low poly ultimate pack. I think those are like nature environments, so that's probably not what I'm looking for. What's this? Creepy cat? No. Angry mesh. Christmas pack. I mean, that might be useful. Christmas tree. Christmas assets. Fantasy. JMO assets. Cartoon SFX. Okay, no. So SFX. Mesh tint. That's the Cyclops model that I'm using. It's a font, an outline. It's just a small script that I'm using. Simple interior houses. This might be it. Okay. So we got some stuff. So, I don't even know what this is. Clock. Okay. Oh my goodness, let me click on you. Okay, we'll get that out of there. Thinking about having like just a small so having it be like a hole in the wall that the goblins come through, and then they come into like a small bathroom or something, and then the path keeps going into a bedroom, etc., etc. Okay, so I have a bath. It is very small. There it is. Okay. And what I would actually want to do, what I'm envisioning, is that this wall, for this scene, this wall, and I don't even know if these walls are flush or not, but would be pulled in more like this. So just like a small little room. Okay, and no fireplace. I don't even know what that is. Why is there this brown thing? Oh, it's a hole. Okay, so there might actually be blocks underneath of that fireplace, but that's fine. And yeah, so it would be like there's a door that the humans presumably use to go into the bathroom, and then there would be like a little mouse hole type thing that the goblins would be using. So, oh gosh, am I honestly gonna try to lay out a bathroom here? I don't know. Like, yeah, sure. Okay, let's actually make these round numbers for the rotation. And yeah, I'll need some, these are just neutral floor tiles. I'll have to line these up better. There's 3 types of floor tiles in this, or at least 2. There's like the ones that can take the tower on them, and they're neutral ones. That doesn't look great, but you get the idea. And yeah, like maybe a sink. What else do I have here? I have a bar. I have a sink. Let's see. So we're at about 11.45. I'm just looking at the scale, or 435. And ooh, yeah, so this is see-through from the back. I'm just, I spend a lot of time in Blender, so I'm like hyper aware of when models are see-through and stuff. So that scale, it's gonna definitely need to be scaled up more. I don't even know what scale I was working with when I was first doing this. Okay, something like that. And yeah, that looks weird. I guess not. I might want to size up these things, like the scale of the blocks in contrast to the scale of the actual household items looks a little bit odd to me, but I can fix that hopefully later. Okay, we've got a prop, a bath mat. That looks quite a bit like the mat that is used for the towers, so I don't think I want to use that because I don't want to confuse my players, but we'll just throw that there for now. Oh, and I probably don't want to have whatever this floor is. Is this supposed to be carpet? I'm not sure. I mean, I probably don't want to have carpet in my bathroom. I don't know. You might want to, but I probably wouldn't. There's a door. Prop bonsai. Okay. A cushion, a desk, food, a vase, a fireplace. I don't know, maybe a vase. Okay, now that vase is humongous. Seems like it's way too big. Some of these, the scale looks a little bit weird on this stuff, so I might have to just make some adjustments. That looks gigantic to me. 9 maybe. Okay. Something like that. And you know what I'm actually, now that I'm thinking about this, yeah, no, rather than do it like this, I think what I should be doing is not having this be a separate scene and having it just be one scene, and the camera can move around to different areas. I think that actually makes more sense. So let me go over to my scenes here. And let me turn off my canvas. Okay, and I'm just gonna build it. I'm gonna build it out this way. Can I do that? Oh goodness, can I not just select these? It's not gonna let me do that. Oh, I don't want to have to do this. Like this. I can't remember how to snap. I can think of it in Blender, but now I can't remember how to snap in Unity. It's okay. I'll have to adjust this later. This is just rough. Okay, so this would stretch back, or maybe not. It might just be like that, because the bathroom would be smaller, potentially. Well, definitely would be than the living room. That's what I want. Quick and dirty. And yes, there is a way to do this easier where you can like select stuff and then drag it all out, and it sort of like flows out into duplicates. I just cannot remember how to do that off the top of my head. Okay, something like that. So you would like have a camera position here, and then you could potentially like jump to the camera position here, maybe another room over here, and then I was thinking like a bedroom or something that has a upgrade mechanic of some sort. And I was talking with a friend about potentially making this procedurally generated. And this might be the opportunity to do that. Okay, so then let's say over here will be the upgrade room. Now the camera positioning and stuff is going to be a little bit funky. I guess I can probably do it though. I'm just wondering with like the walls, is that going to make a problem with the camera? So if I just pull this wall down like this, and I mean, I could program that where the wall that's at the front of the scene is deactivated if you're viewing this room, sort of thing. That's definitely doable. Yeah, and that way the enemies will continue to go from room to room, as opposed to me having to like save their state and then reload it. So yeah, then the enemy path would continue through here, and then maybe it would come this way. It would be cool, actually. I could see it being really cool if it like came out and came down a hallway, sort of, so that it was the enemies were facing towards you. And then I don't know, maybe they do something cool down here and then have this area right here be like the upgrade room, which I for some reason picture as the bedroom. I don't know why. Okay, so I made a second set of the neutral blocks, which I'm going to drag out like this. There are some spaces missing, which generally correspond to the path that the enemy takes because those are filled in with enemy blocks. Oh gosh, I wish I could remember how to snap now. Okay, so we can have that be. I'm going to definitely program some camera positions. This is cool too because I can probably use a lot of the code that if you've watched my streams before, I was working on a game with a similar sort of premise, well, not premise, but one of the mechanics I was using was similar where the camera was like whizzing around to different locations. So for the game camera, I feel like this should be in core. Create an empty parent. I'm going to start making a core here, which is going to be, okay, that's fine. It's going to have the camera and it's going to have camera positions. Okay, so this is obviously going to be adjusted, but we'll say pause one will be about there. Let's actually bring the let's bring the camera over. Copy position, and we want the rotation. So I'm just positioning the camera and then just copying those values in to create pause one, position one, and then pause two, be like, I don't know, over here in the bathroom. Oh my gosh, this is so hard to visualize. I know when I'm like, have this like crazy idea in my head and it's hard to convey it on screen what I'm actually trying to accomplish here. We'll say like there. Not copy component, we want copy position. Okay, so this is going to be pause two. Then I'm thinking that it will be brought down the hallway. Probably down as well, like that. Okay. So copy position. So this will be position 3. And then we'll just, oh no, not that. We want to take the camera and swing it over like this. And back it up, and it does have a bit of a rotation on it here, so I want to just make sure that I'm not getting it too crazily rotated, but we'll say like maybe like that. Copy position, and we'll make a pause 4. So there will be 4 different camera positions. Okay, then I'll obviously need a script to move between them. Not just a script too, I will need, I was thinking of doing like a control, like a little, just keep thinking of like a compass rose, but like a little, the 4 arrows that you can click on in the UI so that you can swap between them. But if I want to be mean, I might do that, but probably I would just I would bind it to a hotkey so that you can swap around fast. Although that might make it easier to control all the different spaces, so maybe I don't want to do that. I don't know. Okay, so this will be the bedroom. I'm definitely going to have to do a lot of working around with my hierarchy here because everything is a huge mess. But I'm going to just go in and dump some stuff in here so that I know what I'm talking about. And now I have to try to figure out where are those things. Polyperfect. No. Simple interiors. Yes. Okay, so this is the bedroom. I've got a bunk bed. You know what? I'm trying to be good and use the same scale for everything, but I'm just gonna, that looks just like a bed, not a bunk bed. Okay. It is in fact a bunk bed. So like that. And maybe over here can be some windows. There should probably be some other windows in the house. Okay. So, whoops, bunk bed there. And there's a pink bunk bed. So let's use that too for fun. And that's the same scale, but this looks, oh, I see. It's because I don't actually have it. It's like halfway through the floor. That's why it looks weird. And those are definitely way too big. Okay, so that's the idea. There will be a wall here or behind it, separating it. There will not be a bunch of holes in the floor. And I foresee having there be, the way I want to control the upgrades is to have maybe coins that need to be deposited into a piggy bank. So I'm thinking of making a piggy bank. So I'm making a sphere for now. Oh gosh, yeah, it's way the heck over there. And just set it at the origin so that I know where it's coming in. Here it is. Okay, so it's like a Death Star piggy bank right now. Like that. And have it be like flashing when you have coins to deposit in it. And so like I want there to be sort of part of the difficulty of the game is that you have to keep like swapping back to the bedroom to see if the piggy bank is flashing, to see if you can deposit coins or something like that. Let's change this. It always bothers me when I do rotations to a negative number. So I always swap it around the other way. So not minus 180, 180. Okay, so there'll be 2 nice little bunk beds here with like a nightstand and a piggy bank on it. Obviously I want them to be lined up on, I guess that, is that why? No, it's sad. This one's on like a little island right now. So, okay, let's say minus 150. I'm gonna just line these up. Start actually maybe thinking about trying to make this look not the worst. I just duplicated it instead of saving. Okay, do we have a nightstand? We have a bookshelf. We have a recliner. We have a chest. That might be nice. A cupboard. A desk. Double bed. Drawers. Yeah, sort of like in between the 2 beds, and then the giant Death Star piggy bank can sit on it right now. Sure. And hopefully these aren't getting childed anywhere weird. I don't think they are. And once again, that looks small because it was half in the floor. Although I do think I might want to, yeah, I want to crank it up a little bit more because this is like a big feature of the room. Okay. So there's the piggy bank. This is like the hardest thing working with 3D is actually getting stuff lined up. Of course, you could use your transform properties. That helps a lot. Backing stuff in. Okay. Like that. Generally speaking. And yeah, that's right. That's how I snap, is holding down control like that. So I'll want to go back over this later and make sure that I don't have any duplicate blocks, which is inevitable. Okay. I'm also saving as I'm going along here. Okay. So it's a little bit better. Be cool if I actually had a piggy bank in here. I don't think there is one. There's a fruit bowl, prop oven. Oh, a kitchen. I never even thought about a kitchen. Okay, I might have to put a kitchen. Oh, I see. Now I have more. There's more bathroom stuff. There's like a toilet paper holder and a toilet. Oh my gosh. What I really wish this set had was like a little mouse hole type thing, because that would be useful for the pathing for the goblins. I may end up having to build that myself in Blender. We will see. Okay, so I'm gonna create a new, nope, not that. I'm gonna create a new parent here. So this is gonna be bedroom, and the sphere is going to be the piggy bank. Let me rename it Piggy Bank. And I'm gonna add a script. Piggy Bank, right? Yeah. And just because I want to, I'm gonna make a material. I'm gonna make a pink. Oh, I have a pink. Okay, good. There we go. It's pink now. Lovely. And I'm not sure if I want to have the floor all be the same floor or if I want to have the floor divide into the different rooms. I'm not sure about that yet, so I'm not going to spend a bunch of time doing that yet. Okay, so for, oh, this is going to bother me too. Let me do this. And I don't think it's quite lined up. I'm gonna have to fix that later. So here, let's just do that now. My poster just fell down. Okay, this is not going to be lined up, so I'm just going to get rid of this here. Okay, good enough for now. So for the piggy bank, I want to have, I guess I will share the UI between all the different rooms. And I don't even know if I have this canvases. I'm going to rename that UI canvas so that I actually know what that means. And I think how I have this is that it's just an empty object and then I have all the different canvases. I'd rather do it that this is the canvas and then those are all just panels. But that might screw up everything. Yeah, okay, that's probably not going to work because of how I had this initially set up. So these might have to be different canvases, which I'm not thrilled about, but oh well, that's fine. So this can be the piggy bank. I have a blank canvas here. So I want to make sure that I'm using the scale of screen size. Put in my resolution. And I guess I would want that score canvas up the whole time anyway, so it may as well be its own separate canvas. And I don't even know what my... Okay. So that's sort of what I'm using, the template. So I think that when I click on the piggy bank, I'm going to open up my piggy bank script. And my script is not in my scripts folder. When you create a new script, it goes to the top level. It doesn't go into your scripts folder if you have a scripts folder, so sometimes that's confusing. And let me just get this actually displaying Visual Studio. Nope, not that. Okay, there we go. So when I click the piggy bank, I guess I will have to have a raycast here to make it so that I can click on it. Interesting. And I might have to get this code from somewhere else. Hold on just a second here. Yeah, I'm wondering if I can just use on mouse down to do this. But I don't know if I need to have the raycast set up. I have a system, like a whole cursor select system in the simulation that I'm building as part of my day job, which I think is unnecessarily complicated. I don't want to bring up that code right now because it's sort of, I don't know, sort of my day job. So I don't want to show that on screen. So I'm just sort of winging it here. I don't know if on mouse down will work. I don't know if I have to have the whole raycast thing set up. I know that I definitely need a collider. And I think because this is 3D, I think Unity already automatically gives you a collider on your objects, which I'm not used to because I'm often working in 2D. So here's my piggy bank. And it does have a sphere collider on it. I'm just going to check the bounds of it. Yeah, okay, good. Selected piggy bank. Now what I would like to do is actually have like a highlight system. And again, in the project I'm working on for my day job, I have a highlight system package that I use so that when the cursor goes over a clickable object, the cursor changes and the object is highlighted. I do see that I have some sort of crazy package or something. Oh good. Hi, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Yeah, I have some sort of package in here. It's probably outdated. Quick outline. Read me. Add an outline to an object. Drag and drop the outline CS script onto the objects. Okay, so does the outline materials will be loaded at runtime. You can also add outlines programmatically with this. Outline script does a small amount of work. Okay, so if I drag and drop outline onto my piggy bank, materials, no. Samples, scenes, no. Where's the actual script? Outline. Okay. And outline color, I don't know, let's do like yellow so it actually shows up. And how did they say that I need to do this? So sometimes if you're working with a little, like a package like this, sometimes it can work really well. Sometimes the package is really outdated. This one is 2018. I should probably check for updates. I'll do that off screen or off stream. So I guess I can add it like this. Okay. And let's do that on mouse over. So maybe what I want is to turn the outline component off. No, I don't want to do that because it needs to get a hold of the component. It says add component. So maybe I don't need the component on. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how this is working. This isn't my script. So again, add an outline to an object, drag and drop it onto the object. The outline materials will be loaded at runtime, or you can also add them programmatically, which seems to suggest to me that I would not need the script on the object in the scene. Yeah, so it's just going right now. But what I actually want to do is have it go when I mouse over it. So I'm going to remove this component, I think. Now I'm wondering if there's an outline. Usually with packages like this, you can save like a profile for your outline. Or I wonder if it's just going to go to the default, or maybe that was something I could control with the code. Okay, so yep, there we go. And I think what I probably need to do is have on mouse X. Is it on mouse exit? I think it is. Mouse over. On mouse exit. So add component outline. Var outline. Okay, hold on. Let me save a reference to this up top. Outline game object. Can I just do that? I don't know if that will work or not, but let's try. So I think it was essentially freaking out because when I stopped mousing over the objects, it didn't know what to do. That would be my guess. And no, it still does not like it. Outline all. Okay. It doesn't like something in the code here. Object reference not set to anything. I'm just going to comment. I think you're still seeing Unity. I'm just going to comment out this line of the script. Like I said, it's always a bit of a guessing game when you're working with somebody else's script. Yep, doesn't like that either. So it doesn't like any of this stuff. Add component outline. Cannot be assigned to, it is read only. Okay. Oh, is there just a way for me to put this outline component on my object and have it just activate when I'm mousing over? There's outline mode. Silhouette only, outline visible, outline hidden, outline width. Okay. So outline equals game object dot add component slash outline. Let's actually print the name of the outline because I'm not even sure exactly what this is referring to. Can't add outline to Piggy Bank because outline is already added. Okay. So I forgot to take the outline component off the object before I tried to call it in the code. So that messed it up. So it's on Piggy Bank. Can't add it because it's already added. Okay. Oh, I wonder, oh, I was going to say, I wonder if I could just do remove component down here. I've never actually tried that before. Is that something that exists? No, okay. Okay, so let's try that again. Can't add outline to Piggy Bank because outline is already added to the game object. Okay, yeah, because it's probably doing, or it's probably trying to do it more than once. I wonder if what might be better, and this might be a little bit screwed up, and I don't know if it will work, is if I start it, if I get a hold of the outline object and start, whoops, and then deactivate it and then just reactivate it. That this might, or will this might deactivate the whole thing. And that's not what I want. Truth, not truth. True. Object reference not set to an instance of the object. Okay, because now I need to add the outline back onto the scripts, or onto the Piggy Bank. Yeah, so as I thought, I was worried about, it actually is deactivate the whole thing. But I really just want to deactivate that component. So the outline is get component outline, and then I want to deactivate. How do I deactivate a component? This is a really simple thing. And I don't want a whole bunch of videos to come up here. Oh, it's just enabled, dot enabled. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is going to be screwed up if I'm like getting a hold of that component and then immediately disabling it. But we shall see. There we go. Okay, so that worked. So you can see over here, the outline component is sitting on the sphere, the piggy bank, whatever it is, at all times, and then it's just turning on and off. I knew there was a simple way to just enable and disable components. Okay, and then when I click it, it's going to say selected piggy bank, and I'm going to bring up a UI, the piggy bank canvas. So let me just, what does my score canvas look like? What does my pause canvas look like? Okay, I'm just bringing some stuff over. I definitely don't want to have, I don't know if you can see this, but over in my hierarchy, I have a blocker for every canvas. That seems way overboard. I should just have one for the whole game, but I will fix that eventually. Okay, so this is the piggy bank canvas. I want it to, I think I want to zoom in as well. So when I click on the piggy bank, selected piggy bank, and I want to get the equals, whoops, vector 2, 3. Vector 3, I need to do it like that, probably. And actually, I can probably just pull, set it myself. Where's my piggy bank? So maybe I want it in like that. So there's my piggy bank. Yeah, with an offset of like, or you know, I'm just gonna do a create empty, and I'm just gonna make this the pause. Okay, now why is that way up in the air? I don't understand that. That's the piggy bank. And oh, because the scale is screwed up. That's what the problem is. So that is going to be an issue because this is super up, the scale, and it's going to depend on if I have to model this myself, it might actually be a different scale. So let me just manually do this. Where is this thing? Way over there. Okay, I don't want to do this too much because, so what's happening is I want to do a bit of an offset so that the camera zooms in when you click on the piggy bank. But because the piggy bank has, it's a sphere right now, has such a gigantic scale, it's going to screw up the offset right now. So I don't want to spend a whole bunch of time programming it and then have to change it. If I make my own model in Blender, which comes over with a scale of 1, which is what I'm hoping, because then that might screw up the offset. So, and you know what? I think you're still in Visual Studio anyway, so that's fine. But it's going to be something like that, where the camera's main position when you click on the piggy bank is going to zoom into the piggy bank pause. I'm just going to comment that out for now, but that's what's going to happen. Okay, and then it's going to open up a game panel. I want to call it Piggy Panel. It's going to start deactivated. I guess I don't need that, do I? Because it's already typed. Game object. Okay, and then it's going to set that as true. Okay, and then I need to hook this up. I'm going to rename this Piggy Panel as opposed to Piggy Bank. It's not going to say game pause, actually. This is just what it's saying right now. Upgrades, and this is going to be I really should probably be using like a more advanced node system for this, but I'm probably just going to hard code this. So maybe like upgrades, and then I don't know, this resume playing, I'll probably have it be like an X button at the top as opposed to the text resume playing. That seems sort of silly, to be honest. Okay, like that. And then I'll have my upgrades maybe like in boxes here. What's that? That's the text. Okay, empty. So this will be upgrades list. And probably want to do like a horizontal layout group or something on this so that it doesn't look awful. Oops. So this would be cool too. I'd like to actually do this programmatically. So like have a backgrounds. The background will probably always be the same, and then have the upgrades be like generated randomly from a list. So you never know what you're gonna get. That's definitely doable. Let's try to put a horizontal layout group on here. And just do that. And we want to make the spacing be what do we want to get? Middle center, middle left. Yeah, why not middle left? Okay. And I'll crank up the spacing some. So let's say there's going to be 4 upgrades active at any time. Be cool if I had like a tooltip or something programmed where you could like mouse over them and see what they do. And I have like a little Piggy Bank graphic or something up here to show that you're on the upgrade panel. And then I'm just curious, will this X actually... It's not going to let me do anything. Yeah, it's not letting me close it down, but that's fine. Whatever. Okay, cool. So I think that will work fine. So let's zoom back into the game here. Oh no, not like that. I'm gonna just program. I'm going to just throw a script on the camera here called camera pause controller. I think I'm supposed to avoid using controller as a class name. I tried to be as specific as I could. Get that, throw it into my scripts. Have an array. And make it so that on start the position of the camera is camera pause 0, not 1, 0. I always do that. I always spell position. There we go. Okay. And now I'll just go back into Unity. And I'm just going to throw these camera positions on there. I don't need to do it one at a time, but that's what I started doing. So sure. Yeah, okay. So it jumps to camera pause 1. Okay, which is vaguely okay that's fine. And now if I was going to go to camera pause 4, what do I need to say? Is it get key down? Oh gosh, I can't remember. Is it input? I can't ever remember anything off the top of my head here. Hold on a second. If, that's right. space, just like that. I think so. I don't know if I need to initialize that at 0 or not, but I just will. I'm going to just look this its own method. No. Okay. So when I play, it should go to the first camera position. Screwed up. Space is unknown. Oh, is that not what it is? I think I capitalized it. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, and then I'm going to click on this, and yes, it brings up the upgrades. It also needs to pause the game. Or does it? I actually don't think I do want to pause the game. Okay, cool. So we have the beginnings of an upgrade system. I mean, at least the UI. Programs. I have an idea for making the level larger and making the there be more goblin space, so more places for the for you to have to put down towers. Potentially the germ of an idea of procedurally generating. I don't think it should be that difficult. I'm just thinking like maybe not the path procedurally generated, but the types of enemies. I mean, I guess that's not necessarily procedural generation. It's more like randomness, but the types of upgrades, the types of enemies that come out. I'm thinking of having like some sort of special like static enemy or feature or something in the bathroom that comes up. Maybe like an enemy like tower or gun or something gets beamed down in the bathroom, and then that changes for every playthrough or whatever. So yeah, so I think that should be okay. The way I have it planned out, I think should work okay. I didn't end up fixing a lot of my code this time. I'll do my best at doing that. It's hard because the code works. It's just that it's messy. It's not optimized in the way that it could be. But I am sort of on a time limit where I want to get this done and out there. So I will see what I can do with the code. I probably won't be making the code public anyway, but of course I always want to have optimized my code the best that I can. But I will see what I can do. I'm going to have to end there for tonight because I need to go put my kids to bed. But I probably will be on streaming again tomorrow. So please join me then as well as I continue to work on this game. Looks like it's coming along fairly well. I still have lots to do, but I'm pretty happy with my progress so far. I'm also pretty active on social media, Twitter, Instagram. So if you want to follow me there, please do. I like connecting with any kind of other developers, anyone in tech, whether or not you're like a front-end developer, back-end developer, game developer. I'm interested in a bunch of different coding languages as well, although I do use C# as my main language. So please reach out. I'd love to connect with you, and hopefully I will see you either tomorrow or on another stream. I usually try to stream on Sundays and Tuesdays, but this week it's going to be Monday, Tuesday because of the Thanksgiving holiday in Canada, which is today. So that's why I'm streaming today. This is like my Sunday for the week. Okay, that's enough babbling on. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in another stream.